The NFL draft is over, the APFL NFC Draft is complete, and the hard launch for the Fanatically Real Redraft is upon us. All of this and more in 20 seconds. Hey fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast, sponsored by Nature Coast Tailgating Apparel, the official apparel of Fantasy Sports Alliance. How is everybody tonight? Doing a little something different. While Hall of Famer Jason Hazlett was here visiting, we decided to try to do a few different things with the broadcast, and you're going to see some of that tonight. And I hope all of this works the way that it's supposed to, because this is a completely different setup than what I'm used to doing. So let's get a few things on here that should be on the screen at the moment. Let's do this and this. If you like the show tonight, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Jason says, that room looks familiar. Let's see if we can get this thing to work like we're supposed to. Jay, I'm still trying to figure all of this out. Does that work? But why don't I see your picture? I have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you, appreciate it. I do like the hat as well. I'm not sure why we don't see your awesome face there, though. I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to. Again, new setup for tonight. Apologize for the weirdness of this so far already, but we are trying to figure out. One of the things that we decided to do, as you can see, the chat window opened up there just a second ago. We've been using StreamYard for quite a while now, and the reason we've been using StreamYard is so we'd be able to do the chat bubbles like what we just did, and something that Jason worked on for me while he was here was that. But to make it happen, there has got to be a lot of windows open on various screens all over the place. So I have a window here and a window down there, and something's actually on the screen on the TV up above me. However, the screen is shut off, power to the TV is off, but that window is still there, active, because if it's on, it's a lot of green. So just really weird setup, but so far so good. I hope, Jay, you let me know if it's bad or not. So a couple things that we mentioned at the top of the show. We said that the NFL draft is over. That happened last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Unfortunately, didn't get to see much of it. Couple of reasons. USC Aiken Baseball had their last home series of the year, last series, period, for the regular season over the weekend. So I stayed pretty busy with that. But the good reason why I didn't get a chance to see it, as we've already mentioned it a couple times, FSA Hall of Famer Jason Hazlett was here visiting. I'm hoping that it was a good visit for him. I put him to work quite a bit, as we've already kind of talked about the change here and what that was like. We've also created a new intro video for something that's coming along very, very soon. Scratch and Service, don't want to reveal too much right now. We got the green screen put up that is not behind me right now, but will be in future weeks. So we got that put together. I think Misty also had him working on something too downstairs, with the possibility of a dog area kennel being built into the bottom of our stairs, or the base of our stairs, or underneath the stairs, or whatever. So they put that in there. Yeah, it was good games. Too bad they didn't go our way. We did win the final game on Sunday, though, in really amazing fashion as well. So, Naughty Dog's in the house. Sean, how are you? Jason, you're going to have to tell me why those little faces on people aren't showing up. I'm not sure if I did something wrong on this side that it's not doing that. More than likely, I probably did. But at least we can see that the name that's on there and what people are saying. So, Sean, how are you? NFL draft is over. So is the APFL NFC Draft. So those guys started at 6 o'clock on Monday morning, and they finished at 3 p.m. East Coast time on Tuesday, both times in East Coast time. So went through it super fast. I think I last saw on the AFC side that the first pick of the third round is finally in. So we have got over the hump, and now we're on the downward swing getting through the last round at this point. And man, my screen I don't know what just happened. Everything just went nuts on this side, Jason. I wish you could see what just happened. My screens just blew up, big size everywhere. No idea why. Very odd. This is gonna be a hot mess. I'm gonna have to get a fourth monitor or two more monitors that go up here and still have the TV up here to make all of this stuff work. Jason says it has something to do with the social Ninja extension. Some flickered on screen. Yeah, that still popped up. That's not in the right spot anymore. I'm still live. That's good. But I'm not sure why that flicked on the screen like it did. So Social Ninja popped up really, really big on the screen, went everywhere, and I don't know what's going on with it now. So it is what it is. Keep talking to me, though. I love it when you guys do. So their draft is over. AFC is in the downward swing. We're in the final round. One of the things that I wanted to discuss tonight, because it was brought up by a couple of members in the APFL, I wanted to see how you all felt about this. Randy, you're absolutely right, man. See, that's what happens when you show up. Just kind of goes crazy. It's good to see you on, man. And I'm not sure why the chat bubble changed the way that it did. It is what it is. Good to see you, man. One of the things that some people were asking about, since we are in NFL Emulation League, and after the draft is over, they're still very much able to sign undrafted free agents, period, like Randall Cobb going to the Jets to join Aaron Rodgers. So the question has been brought up, are we going to open free agency back up? So we had it open at the beginning of the season before the NFL draft. Wasn't something that we originally had scripted, but we did it anyways. And we also do not have free agency open after the draft scripted as of right now. The next free agency wouldn't be until after week 1 of the regular season. But I am also very much okay opening it if the rest of the league would like to do it after the AFC finishes their draft. So if you're out there watching the New York Packers, yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, the New York Packers. And you know what? I wore it a week ago when I was on the show, when I had the Jets and the Green Bay hat on. And I have to remember this. This will be very critical once the green screen is up, is making sure I don't wear green, because then you'll be able to see through me. But yeah, so if you're out there watching this now or later and you're part of the APFL, and I'll bring it up on Discord as well, and you're thinking, yeah, let's open up free agency. We're in NFL Emulation League and they're doing it. Let's do it too, because I think we want more action, not less action. The rosters are still at 24, so it was expanded by 6 people anyways, and we're not going to start cutting those rosters down until after week 1 of the preseason. So let's just go ahead and open them up. So if you're watching this now later, we still have to get through the AFC draft anyway, so we'll discuss it whenever it's all done. But I will bring it up on Discord. Also mentioned that we are now in the moment for the hard launch for the Fanatically Real Redraft League. So I've been sitting around and thinking about things to put APFL Champ open it up. I mean, Chris says open it up. So, I mean, you kind of have to, right? I mean, if the champ comes out and says open it up, I think we probably should. I think you probably have a bigger vote than anybody right now. So we'll discuss it on Discord, but I think it's a good thing. I think we should do it. So I've been sitting there playing around with ideas of dates between the APFL and the Fanatically Real Redraft, of like darts that we can throw and stick on a calendar that are at a regular interval every single year. So as people are rolling out of one season and coming into the next season, they will know, hey, we're approaching this such and such date. We know what's about to happen in the world of fantasy football as it applies to FSA. So one of the things that I've been thinking about was a soft opening versus a hard launch each year for the redraft. Meaning, what I would like to do is have a soft opening from 1 March, which is when our fiscal year starts for FSA, or basically the next year, until 1 May, or right around that date. I say 1 May because that's the way it worked out this year. Really what I'm thinking is that first Monday after the NFL draft is over. That is like the hard launch date for the Fanatically Real Redraft. So that being said, we are in that window right now. Today's the 3rd of May. So we are in that hard launch window. As of right now, we have had 11 members for FSA Redraft Pay. We have 7 more that are on the list, bringing us up to a total of 18 of the 72 we're trying to get this year. So again, if you're out there watching this right now, and you know you haven't paid for the Fanatically Real Redraft, or if you don't remember if you've paid for it or not, hit me up. I'll put you on the list. But today, this weekend, starts the, hey, we got to do a really big push on this redraft if we're going to be able to get 72 teams in it. So please hit me up. Watch this now or later. Let me know you want to be in. If you're not getting notified from LeagueSafe about a payment, I think it's popping up every Monday. If you're not getting that notification, then you need to talk to me. That way we can get you on there. If you're getting it and you just don't want to pay yet, completely understood. That's totally different than you not getting notified at all. And while we're talking about the redraft, I want to stick with a couple of things that was kind of scratched on last week, but I want to bring up again now, since we are now into the hard launch. Couple of things that we still have to iron out as it applies to competition. At the end of the season, and we're getting ready to go into the playoffs, what are we going to use to break ties in record when we're getting ready to move? So for seeding of tournament purposes, do we use total points for the season, or do we use head-to-head record? I think last year we did it as total points. The reason we did that is everybody said that's what you're playing for in fantasy football is points anyways. Let's use that because the head-to-head record could be skewed quite a bit based on bye weeks and things like that. So total points being the tiebreaker. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And then how are we going to seed for the Worlds? Once we get our 6 regional champs this year, how do we want to seed on the Worlds? Do we do by record first and then go to a second piece of criteria? And is that second piece power rankings? So let me know your thoughts on that too. Breaking of ties and then seeding criteria for when we get to the World Championship when we're down to our 6 regional champs. Thoughts on that? And then we had rivalry bowls a couple of years ago. I've set this whole thing up where this region will play this region. That was more set up when we had all 14 of our regions full with people. We haven't been able to be lucky enough to get there yet. How are we going to do rivalry bowls this year? Or are we going to do rivalry bowls this year? I had a thought. The thought would be that after the regional championship is done and those 6 teams are playing in the Worlds, what we would do is we would take the second place team for all of the regions and have them play off in a 6-team tournament as well. Then the 3rd place and the 4th place, all the way down to all 12 teams playing in some kind of tournament at the end. So you could say you were the best 7th place team in all of the 6 regions, something like that. So we always want more football, not less football, and in this case, that allows everybody to get in on it. Thoughts on that? Let me know what you think on that too. That's pretty much it. Really wanted to get on here to play around with this new setup. As you could tell, we already had one little hiccup. I feel like I'm not centered, even though I'm centered on this camera. It's like I'm not. See a couple graphics that are up there. You see the scrolling thing coming across the bottom. If you liked tonight's show, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media outlets. It is iPlay FSA on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The Facebook page is still existing. I can't directly access it though because of my account getting hacked before. But when I'm on my Instagram, I can still push I see you out there, Eric. I can still push from my Instagram account over to that old FSA Facebook page that's still there. So Draft Talk. We talked briefly about it. Here's the one thing that I want to mention to you all about the, Eric, if you didn't catch it, the APFL opening up free agency after we get done with the draft. Thoughts on that, let me know. McDonald's sounds pretty good right now. We had frozen pizza, and it wasn't bad. It looks like a couple of people's logos are showing up now. Eric's is there, Ross's is there. So it's odd why some are showing up and some aren't. So, but yeah, Eric, as far as draft talks, I didn't get to see a whole lot of the NFL draft. NFC is already done. AFC is finally turned the corner, and we're down in the third round. And the thought process is right now, are we going to open up free agency after the AFC is done? Bringing that subject up, AFC is better than AFC. Jason says, try mine again. Nope, you're still missing a thing. I'm hoping you're saying AFC is better than NFC. There's a caterpillar on my lip. Yeah, it's a baby caterpillar. I'm trying to grow it, but it just ain't coming. It's what happens when you have that patchiness all over your face. So in the 30 years that I've known Jason, I don't think that him and I have ever had a drink together, which is odd. Maybe at a restaurant we've had something, but Jason drinks really foo-foo stuff. And we decided after we went to the liquor store while I was here that we were going to pick up some banana pudding moonshine. And you're not wrong. It was delicious. Tasted just like banana pudding. And I finished that last night or night before for you, by the way. Fanatically Real Redraft, hard launch, ready to go. If you're out there right now and you're going to get in on it, let me know. Jason, I think maybe your thing is up now. Nope, it's showing in one spot, not the other. But we will be back next Wednesday at this time, 8:30, kind of going back into our normal routine. So on the 10th of May at 8:30, we will be back. We will continue to work out the bugs between all of this. Jason's probably going to take a couple phone calls to you. But appreciate you all for coming out and watching this tonight. I definitely got to thank our sponsors. I got to thank Mondo and the boys from the Recast, the official music of FSA, and I got to thank Brandon Valinka from Nature Coast Tailgating and Apparel, which is the official apparel of the FSA. And what did you say there? Mine isn't. Yours isn't what? Well, the United States Army showed up right there. So some is showing up and some are not. This thing is moving around too much. Let me see here. I want to make sure I get everybody's thing. Okay, hey, Kelvin, if you haven't seen anything yet, I'll hit you up. Send me an email address. Maybe you did already. Hit me up again. Make sure you give me a good email address, and I will send you out a invite for the redraft. Good to go. I got you. That's pretty crazy to think about, isn't it, Ross? 16, man. That is crazy. Live chat on YouTube stinks. I don't know, because I'm not on that side for you all, what that looks like. I can only, if you're talking about it, pop it up on the screen. It's still, for me, the same as it was when we were doing on StreamYard. I still have to push the button to get it to come up. So I'm not sure how that's all working. Let me know. But, yeah, Kelvin, let me know, man. I got you. Hit me up. Why I went to my phone for chat. Okay. I've never... Maybe that's something to talk about and discuss with all of this, Jay, is what that looks like for the user on the side as far as chat goes on YouTube, because I've never actually done it before on a live show. But since we're just kind of rambling at this point, if you missed anything, make sure you go back and watch. Thank you to the sponsors, and then thank you to everybody who's watching out there. If you like the show tonight, again, like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media outlets at iPlayFSA. We'll be back next Monday. No, I'm sorry. Next Wednesday, 10 May at 8:30 p.m. regularly scheduled show. And remember, one last thing. Speaking of social media, we launched yesterday our Bringing the APFL to Life. That is the AI art that we had created for the APFL League. What we're doing is we're showing the two-dimensional logo for the team and then the AI art that is going along with it. We're going to do that for the next, well, we've revealed 2 now, so for the next 30 days, 32 days straight, we will be doing this. So if you're not already following us, make sure you go out, like, subscribe, and follow. And if you could please share that on whatever you're following us on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, share that. I'm trying to get some eyes on the APFL, and I think this is a great way to do it. So if you could share that for me, I would appreciate it. And we're finally out of here. We'll see you next week. All of you have a great evening. Now the next thing to figure out is how to shut this down for the night. We'll see you next week. Y'all have a great evening.